This episode features a 2008 Audi A4 which is for sale at an auction. First of all, let's start with the smart chart, just so we make sure we don't forget to look for anything. When shopping for a car, you need to go through the exterior condition, the engine condition, the interior condition, make a test drive if possible, and then check the mileage. But before we start, I know that shopping for a car can be stressful. Usually, you have a family, you are working full time, and you really need a new car right now, not in a year from now. So you're on a tight schedule and budget. I mean, when you buy a car, you expect not to put any additional repairs money at least for a 3 or 4 years. And at the same time, there really is no way to be 100% sure a used car won't need any repairs soon. What I would like to share through my work is ways to minimize the risk and obviously deal the best price as fairly as possible. So, first of all, the paint job. You're looking for inconsistency in the paint job. Panels that seems to be lighter or stronger in color than the rest of the car. Luckily, there is a very accurate small cheap device called paint thickness gauge and that can help you with the task. In this case, the paint all around the car is in a very good shape. Body condition. As always, this should be the most obvious part. When you're walking around the car, look for any dings, broken parts, scratches, rust, skirmishes. Again, in this case, the front bumper is broken a little bit on the bottom. You can clearly see black plastic ripped underneath the bumper. Under the hood, check if all stickers are intact. In this case, all is not fine. You see, it might be due to a body repair where they would take off the stickers and glue them back on new parts. Now, this doesn't mean you should walk away from the car. It would be comforting if the owners come clean about any skirmishes all around the car. Otherwise, you just want to build up a case to negotiate the best price as possible. Keep in mind that all used cars come with some kind of problems. Wheels and tires. First of all, look and see if all four tires are the same make and model. Then, take a simple penny and insert it in between the tire tread. It will give you a rough estimation on how deep they are. Finally, check the rims for scratches, pothole damage, and faded paint. On another topic, you see those stickers, footprint? They indicate that this car has been in this auction numerous times. Every time a new owner probably trying to sell it back in the auction. This might mean that this car has most probably some problems that aren't noticeable just by walking around the car. Problems like transmissions or turbo malfunction. This is the main appeal of an auction. By normal business people, because Here they are able to get rid of the car as is, no warranty and no test drive. Headlamps and all lights. Check if the headlamps are becoming blurred and yellow. This is common with non-UV treated transparent plastic. With time and sunshine, they slowly degrade. This means either the car was sitting too long facing the sun, or the car has spent most of its life on the road. This is why sometimes yellow blurred headlamp can give you a rough estimation on the actual mileage. Sunroof. At this stage of the investigation, you simply want to verify that all windows are closed tight and properly. Engine. Now this is a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. First of all, check the oil level before you start the car. And once that's done, start it up and listen. Ideally, a cold start is the best way for checking an engine. If it's too rough, you know it's usually packing a good weight of mileage because, well, because it's a turbocharged engine, you want to wait until the car reaches normal temperature condition before revving up the engine. Exhaust gas color. Check the colored gas coming out of the exhaust. Is there any oil as well? There is three main colors that could indicate engine failure. Dark blue, or dark black, or white gray. The usual color should not be noticeable in summer and very light gray in winter.
Minimum.
Oil leaks. While the engine is running, check for any oil leak under the engine bay. Then, take out the dipstick, check the oil level, and try smelling it. It will give you an idea on the oil condition. Good brand new oil should not be unpleasant to smell. Do the same thing with the transmission's dipstick, especially if the car is more than 7 years old and equipped with an automatic transmission. I simply know that by experience. The bad news is that recent cars aren't coming with dipsticks anymore, so you can't smell anything. But you usually should still be able to access oil level by the inboard computer. Rusted engine parts. Check for rusted engine parts usually when a car is not driven for a long time, either because it has been into an accident waiting to be repaired or because it's simply not being driven enough. Some parts, as well as engine parts, tend to accumulate surface rust, especially pulleys and disc brakes. Here, all is not
Rusted.
good. You can clearly see surface rust on main parts. Parts like this driver's side
The
axle.
axle is seriously rusted.
I think it's normal, especially if the car meets winter conditions, but look for something that might be unusual. Interior. Now, first of all, the steering wheel, seats, and main condition. Look for any unusual wear and tear. On the steering wheel, seat, switches, any unusual condition could be caused by excessive use. which should indicate a relatively high mileage. Now, all windows and sunroof. Check if all the windows are working properly by opening them up and closing them down. Windshield wipers. Don't forget to check if windshield wipers show any malfunction. Finally, if you can, you must take it for a test drive. I would suggest to drive it in city roads until it heats up, then take it on the highway. Turn off the radio. I'm sure it will be on because usually they don't want you to listen to the car. So turn the radio off and just listen. Tell the seller to be quiet, just so you can focus. After going through that smart chart thoroughly, you really should begin to have an idea on the actual mileage of the car. So check it out at the very end of your investigation. If the shown number makes you uncomfortable, walk away or try and get the best deal as fairly as possible. Meanwhile, while you're checking the mileage, check and see if any cluster lights are on. That would indicate needed maintenance. This was an Audi A4 2008 for sale at an auction. Thank you for watching and shop carefully.